Hey everyone, this is Matt, and in today's video I have another deck matchup for you. This time, Eldlich versus Adventure Eldlich. This is a Master Duel in the recent festival, the No Extra Deck Festival, or the Extra Zero Festival, or whatever it's called, right? Zero Extra Festival. Yeah, I'm going to show you 3 replays in a row showcasing why you should not be playing Adventure Eldlich. It's not good. It's just not good. People have asked me, why don't you play Adventure Eldlich? Because you're putting 10 cards in your deck just to put out one Omni Negate when you could just play like Solemn Strike or something. Like, why would you do it? It just doesn't make sense. And you'll see here why basically it's so easy to beat Adventure Eldlich as regular Eldlich. So let's get started on the first replay. I'll fast forward through this. So this player's name is Sword Soul. So he's probably a Sword Soul player in regular Master Duel, and maybe he's just playing Adventure Eldlich in because of the festival. Either way, just knowing that he's a Sword Soul player, very few brain cells, very brainless, right? You can already tell. So I have a great opening hand. I do lose the coin flip. Okay, here comes the adventure package. Okay, so he ditches Eldlich. Okay, Water Enchantress, cool. Right of Aramis here. Yep. Okay, cool. Here's the token. Yep. He's gonna get Draco back. Okay. For some reason, he summons Eldlich at 3,500 from the graveyard. Like, I don't know why, because you can't attack with it this turn. And next turn, it'll be back at 2,500 unless you send it to the graveyard somehow. So, very low brain cells for you to bring out Eldlich at 3,500 on turn 1. It doesn't make sense. You might as well just wait, right? So, he summons this other adventure monster. So, no Griffin Rider. But, I know, because, you know, he needed to use Water Enchantress, off Faithful Adventure. But I do know that there will be a Griffin Rider next turn, so let's see what happens. So I'm going to summon Lord of the Heavenly Prison. He can't negate it, so I'm going to activate it. Set 5, pass. So look, Eldlich is back at 2,500, and now it can be destroyed by card effects. So what did you accomplish, really? Alright. So he's going to use Faithful Adventure, grab the Griffin Rider. Pitches an Elixir. He's going to use Faithful Adventure, get the sword. Elixir is going to get Conquistador, so this is a stacked board. Oh, look at all this stuff, right? He's got so many things here on the board. I wonder how I'm going to deal with it. So he uses Draco back, attempt to bounce Elixir. I'm going to chain Elixir, and he's going to chain Ash. So those of you who don't know, Elixir locks you into zombie monsters. So if Elixir resolves, I can't summon Lord of the Heavenly Prison, but because Ash is stopping the effect, it's not resolving, which means that I can summon Lord of the Heavenly Prison. So he's going to Ash. By the way, if you run Ash in an Eldlich deck, you really have no brain at all. Like, do not play Ash in an Eldlich deck. It's stupid. Like, at best, you're trading 1 for 1, right? Like, why? Why bother at that point, right? It's just not good. So, whatever. He's going to Ash. It just delays me by, like, 1 turn, whatever. So I'm gonna use Lord of Heavenly Prison on new chain. He's gonna Griffin Rider. So if he does not negate this Lord of Heavenly Prison, I'll have a 3k defense monster, and he can't attack over it. So he's gonna Griffin negate it. Oh, also, I get a monster and I get to search. He's gonna negate it, and now I'm gonna Witch's Strike his ass because because he's a moron playing the Adventure Engine. So yeah, I don't know why he doesn't scoop here. So he uses Conquistador to grab Elixir. I'm just going to get Hawk Arrow on the end phase just so I can attack, right? So he's going to Eldlich. Now, Elixir. If he had a brain, he would use Elixir to summon the Eldlich from his graveyard, right? So Elixir can grab Eldlich from graveyard or the deck. If he had a brain, he would grab it from the graveyard because he should be playing around Ice Dragon's Prison. But he is not. So he's going to summon Eldlich from the deck. However, here's the thing. It doesn't matter because this idiot runs Ash Blossom, and Ash is a zombie. So let's say he had a few more brain cells, right? He would use Elixir to grab Eldlich from the graveyard onto the field, and then I use Ice Dragons, grab his Ash, banish Eldlich and Ash, and then he's done, right? But he's going to summon his Eldlich from the deck, of course, and I'm going to Ice Dragons his other Eldlich, and he's going to lose both of them. But knowing this guy, and how dumb he is, he probably has a third Eldlich in his deck. But he's never going to see it because the game will be over by then. And also I have a Solemn Judgment, so he's never going to see his third Eldlich, even if he has it. He seems like the type who would run 3 Eldlich. So attack, set, grab Conquistador. Yeah, this game is over. He's gonna draw 1 card in his hand. I have 2 interruptions. I have Elixir with the Conquistador, and I have Solemn Judgment. Like, what? Why not surrender? I don't get it. Just surrender. This is like, well, Hakuero's not gonna do anything. So he's gonna set a card. I'm gonna use Elixir. Grab my Eldlich. Okay. Cool. I drew Tikaboo, which, you know, hurts Eldlich, but that also applies to us. I'm just gonna swing. Swing. Okay. Set Tikaboo, grab. So this is a mistake I make. I accidentally flip Conk. I didn't mean to. So I meant to just grab my Hakuero and be done, but I accidentally flip Conquistador. This is a mistake. So, yeah, big mistake. That's okay. It ended up not mattering. Again, I have a massive card advantage over him. He has no idea. He should have just surrendered. So, okay, end phase. He's got nothing. Because okay, so I blew up his Adventure Engine with Witch's Strike. And I banished 2 of it to Eldlich. What does he have left in his deck? Maybe 1 Eldlich? Like, it's not enough. So I'm just going to attack here. Okay. Attack. He's going to Hakuero for some reason. And then he's a moron because, first of all, Impermanent Eldlich deck, big mistake. Do not run Impermanent Eldlich deck. That's actually just terrible, right? It's a shit card in an Eldlich deck. Like, this could have been any other trap and it would have been better. But guess what? Imperm is going to negate the entire column, which means his Hakuero got negated. See, this is how few brain cells someone who actually makes it the conscious decision of, I'm going to play Adventure Eldlich, right? And this is what happens. So he took out my Hakuero, which he should have done earlier, but I have another Hakuero, so it doesn't matter. I would have swung for game regardless. So, yep. Don't play Adventure Eldlich. It sucks. It's actually bad. Like, just don't. Alright, so that's game number 1. Game number 2 is this guy. Yet another Adventure Eldlich. See, the problem with Adventure Eldlich is it just loses to more things, right? It loses to Ghost Ogre, it loses to Gozen Match, it loses to Skill Drain, it loses to Rivalry of Warlords. It just loses to so many more things. Why would you build your deck in a way that makes you lose more, right? That allows your opponent to have more counters and outs to your things. Just don't do it. Just play pure Eldlich. Just fewer outs to pure Eldlich. Okay, so he's going to grab his little adventure package, okay? My opening hand is solid, although I don't like having card of Demise because, you know, you don't ever really use it on turn 1. This is like a card you want later to draw into, right? Whatever. Okay, Griffin. Cool. Okay. Yep. Eldlich, okay. Once again, he summons Eldlich at 3,500. I don't know why. That's like, it's stupid. He has Lord of a Heavenly Prison. At least there's that, right? So I actually just hard draw Witch's Strike. But if I didn't, I can trap trick into it, so it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to set 5, pass. He's going to flip Summon Limit. Oh, this guy's actually playing Summon Limit, which is good going first, but going second does absolutely nothing. So anyway, the only reason he flips is so that he can trigger his Lord. He's going to summon his Lord, and his Lord is going to grab him Harpy's Feather Duster. Ooh. So, as an Eldlich player, you do not need to be playing Harpy's Feather Duster. There's just no point. If you're playing against other Eldlich decks, there's cards like Solemn Judgment, there's cards like Heavy Storm Duster, there's better cards than Harpy's, but whatever. So he thinks he's been clever here, right? But little does he know, this game's going to be over on his draw phase. So, once again, his 3,500 Eldlich, which was protected by card destruction effects, is no longer protected. He should have just left it in the graveyard. So, draw phase. I flip Gozen Match. Look what he has. Earth Monster, Light Monster, Wind Monster, Dark Monster. So, again, if he was playing pure Eldlich, Gozen Match would do nothing. But he decided to play Adventure Engine, so I'm like, okay, lose to Gozen Match or negate it with Griffin Rider. And he's going to negate it with Griffin Rider, which is exactly what I want him to do. And then I just Witcher Strike him, and he loses. He just loses. Also, oh my god, he's playing Elixir of Black Awakening. Why? Why is he playing this? It's so bad. Whatever. He's gonna. So I'm gonna chain Trap Trick and grab Ice Dragons. So the reason I'm doing this is because he's planning to revive his Eldlich at 3,500. I don't want that, so I'm just going to Ice Dragons. So he doesn't have any other zombies other than the Eldlich right here. But it doesn't matter. I'm going to use Ice Dragon, so he's going to try to summon Eldlich. I'm just going to steal his Eldlich because I can, right? I don't want him to have it, and yeah. End phase, he's going to get Elixir, but it doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. This game is over. Like it was over a long time. I drew out Curse Outland, which is okay. Curse Outland is okay against in the Eldlich mirror match, right? Because you can just search more of your engine pieces than they can. So he just scoops. Yeah, you're at a significant card disadvantage, dude. Like he didn't even see the fact that I had a card of demise in my hand, which was going to draw me 3 more cards, right? So yeah, this game was over. Like yeah, don't play Adventure Eldlich. It sucks. And then finally, the last game of Eldlich versus Adventure Eldlich. You're going to see here. Similar outcome. Alright, so let's see what we have. I forget if I go first or second here. I think I go second. I think I always go second. Yep. So Lord of the Heavenly Prison. So I think it's a pure Eldlich matchup, but it's not. So I'm just going to use Eldlich to snipe this card here. Crossout Designator. Why would you play Crossout Designator in an Eldlich deck? Oh my god. I mean, okay, so he's playing it in an Adventure Eldlich deck, and if he expects to see Adventure matchups, then I suppose Crossout Designator can stop your opponent's Adventure engine. But oh my, that's just so bad though. Oh, just disgusting. Alright, so I'm just going to grab Hawk Arrow. He's going to Soul Drain. Soul Drain! So he's playing Soul Drain, but my guess is not Skill Drain if he has Adventure. This is a cool card. It stops Banished and Graveyard effects, which means if you're playing against Flaunderies, Soul Drain stops their banished birds from recycling. So it's very powerful against Flaunderies, but Skill Drain is more so, in my opinion, but it's okay. Decent card. So he only flips his card so he can summon this guy, and then he's going to search his Rite of Aramesia. I'm setting 4, not 5. Why only 4? Because I saw that he has the Adventure engine, right? He has the Rite of Aramesia. I want to Witch's Strike him, but I don't have Witch's Strike, but I have Trap Trick. Trap Trick requires an open slot, so I set 4 instead of 5. So let's see what happens. What comes next, you'll never see coming. So he gets this thing. Faithful Venture is going to grab Griffin Rider. He's going to ditch his thing here. Griffin Rider is going to summon. And now I'm going to flip Torrential Tribute. Or he's going to trigger this to grab Draco back, but I'm going to flip Torrential Tribute. If he doesn't stop it, you know, he can't. His Draco back is useless. He loses most of his engine. He's going to Griffin Rider. Now, I can Solemn Strike if I want to, but I have Trap Trick. So he's going to Chain Link 2, Griffin Rider. Chain Link 3 is going to be Trap Trick. Trap Trick is going to grab Witch's Strike from the deck. And now Witch's Strike is on the board. It's live because that's going to be negated. He's going to grab Jericho back. And then I'm going to Witch's Strike him. And that's game. That is game. Straight up. Like, see, that's the thing. Like, and here's another problem with running Adventure Eldlich is like, because so many of your cards are Adventure cards, and the Adventure you can only put up 1 negate per turn, and only like 1 turn being like your opponent's or your turn, right? You have to keep the Adventure like you have to keep the token alive, right? The monsters have to be alive and they have to be able to use their effects, right? So you have to stop cards like Torrential. You have to stop Punishment. You have to stop Gozen. You have to stop Skill Drain, right? So you're committing other cards to keeping the Adventure engine alive, right? It's like it's just not worth it, right? Just don't have the engine and just have other cards that do things by themselves, right? It's just better. So yeah, I literally win every matchup. Every time I play Adventure Eldlich in this festival or outside the festival, I win. Like it's just worse. Just don't play it. It's not good. And hopefully this should showcase. But yeah. So I know my previous video had 2 games in the festival where I, you know, Witch's Strike porn, right? Where I win via Witch's Strike. This video, I'm one-upping myself. I have 3 games where Witch's Strike basically just Witch's Strike porn, just single-handedly winning the game. And even if I didn't have Witch's Strike, I still would have won because Adventure Eldlich sucks. So, yeah, don't play Adventure Eldlich. Just play this deck. Just play pure Eldlich and have Witch's Strike, and you'll just win all the time. All right. So that's the third replay. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you on the next video. Peace.